What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So this one today is Justin. FBI shares images of person of interest in Charlie Kirk's assassination. Charlie Kirk. Who was Charlie Kirk? Charlie Kirk was an influencer, was an activist. He does speeches. Well, he did speeches at universities. Controversial character in itself. I didn't know who it was. I just went and do some homework on him. So that's just the gist of the type of person he was. So he was assassinated while he's giving a speech yesterday not yesterday, a couple of days ago at Utah Valley University. So this is what the FBI just released, images of the persons of interest. Let's see.
Reports, and particularly our own correspondents, things are tightening around the man who they think is the assassin. They are trying to catch him for killing conservative icon Charlie Kirk at a college event in Utah yesterday. It's not still been 24 hours, and the FBI is moving quickly now with some details and evidence that they picked up in the last hour or so. And it's revealing this morning that images of the shooter exist, and you can see those images on your screen right now. If anyone has any information on this person of interest, please contact the FBI. 1-800-CALL-FBI, and we'll get that up on all of our social platforms immediately. Authorities are saying they have been able to track the suspect's movements and have recovered the high-power rifle officials say they believe the shooter used in the attack. The FBI is confident it will be able to catch this person. Sources close to Fox News also confirm investigators are looking into what appears to be messages that are written both on the gun and the shell casings.
Wow.
Recovered by authorities just in the last 35 minutes or so. Bill Maloogian has that part of our story. The content of those messages, though, is still unclear. At least they have not revealed them to us in the wider media. This is Outnumbered. I'm Harris Faulkner, here with my co-hosts, Emily Campagno and Kayleigh McEnany. Also joining us today, Laura Trump, host of My View with Laura Trump, and Lawrence Jones, co-host of Fox and Friends. First, let's go to CB Cotton and get the very latest at Utah Valley University. CB.
Hi, Harris. Well, multiple sources have told Fox News about the messages that appear to be left behind on both the ammunition and firearm recovered from the scene of Charlie Kirk's assassination. So far, the FBI, as you mentioned, has declined to comment on this. But what the agency is saying is that they've got lots of good video of the killer's path on this campus.
Wow.
We have tracked his movements onto the campus, through the stairwells, up to the roof, across the roof to a shooting location. We do have good video footage of this individual. We are not going to release that at this time.
Agents say the shooter got on campus less than an hour before assassinating 31-year-old Charlie Kirk, who was visiting Utah Valley University in Orem, which is about an hour away from Salt Lake City. The FBI says the gunman blended in well on campus and appears to be college-aged. Agents say he wore all-black tactical gear as he fired off the fatal shot from about 200 yards away towards the stage, where Kirk had just started answering a question from someone in the crowd. After the shooting, the suspect ran off into a neighborhood, according to FBI agents who say they found a high-powered bolt-action rifle in a wooded area. Other clues were also left behind.
Investigators have also collected footwear impression, a palm print, and forearm imprints for analysis.
The FBI is also asking for anyone with photos or videos to please share those with the agency. And moments ago, the FBI also released a new photo saying this could be a person of interest in this case. I know our show producers are going to work diligently to share that image with our viewers. Harris, back over to you.
Yeah, and we are putting up that image of the person of interest, CB, right now, and we will continue to do that. They are looking for the public's help now. They have obviously tightened their net around this suspect. and the public can be of immediate help just in cutting the timeline. They are going
just
to get
know that
this
they
guy.
will find you. Once you're alive, they will find you.
And the image that you want to keep, that we'll keep up on the screen as long as possible, is there too. We're also, and I'm kind of saying this to you, but also asking our team wider who's listening to flood our social media with this. All platforms are outnumbered right now as well. Lawrence, well, none of us slept last night, but you were up on the air earlier than anybody here on the couch. And this day has gone rapidly different than maybe some people had thought. And it's in a very good way. We're getting more information. We might be close to getting the suspected assassin.
Well, earlier this morning, there was a lot of trepidation for me in particular, even though a lot of people that I know and love and respect work at the FBI, that we hadn't got a photo. Because that's the first step right here in justice, is identifying who this person is so they can stand trial before the peers of this country with a jury. And now we have that photo. Our imagination, based on the person who they targeted, Charlie Kirk, and since he was given a political speech, and since they didn't fire at the crowd, but they fired directly at his head, we knew it was political. Now we got the shell casings and other ammo that have political messages there. So we're getting closer and closer. I just hope that we're all zooming in, all law enforcement. You got to get this guy. Charlie was a representation of a movement of young people in America. And I don't care if you agree with his politics or not.
Yeah.
We can't have that in this country.
Yeah. But don't care who it is, man. It don't deserve to go out like that.
Around Charlie, and I was sharing last hour, in the state of Arizona, he was being talked about in circles of people who were decades older than he. Can't wait till he becomes governor. Like, people saw the trajectory of this young man. But part of the conversation was, could he bring the youth vote? Because young people may get activated and motivated, but until they go to the polls, that's the big difference. And he apparently could do that.
Yeah, he did do that. I'll tell you, as
the
former
power.
RNC co-chair, we worked very closely with Turning Point USA. What Charlie was able to do is really miraculous. When you think about the fact that he didn't finish college, he dropped out of college, yet his goal was to mobilize these students to really change the tenor on college campuses, and he was able to do that.
Yeah.
We saw a huge shift in young voters. This election in particular, especially with young men, Charlie played such a huge role in that. I don't think you can ever overstate it. I said this last night on Jesse's show, but I believe that Donald Trump probably wouldn't be president right now without the assistance of Charlie Kirk. What he has done and his legacy, I think, is even too big to comprehend right now. The void and the hole that will be left is enormous.
So sad, man.
And I'm just hopeful, as someone who cares about, this country and the forward progress of this country, that someone is able to pick up where Charlie left off. Turning Point USA is such an important organization. I'm personally very grateful for everything he did, all the work he did. And you can't go to one of those events without palpably taking in how impactful Charlie Kirk was.
Yeah, I want to get your response in part to what Lara is saying, because what she's talking about is more than a movement. It's a complete political shift. If you get a whole new generation of voters who have the kind of bravery to speak out that he embodied.
Yeah, Laura saw it firsthand at the RNC. I saw the data online today. A 44-point shift in Gen Z men over 2 years. How did that happen? Charlie Kirk. That happened because of Charlie Kirk. And when I look at that image on the screen, I know we have to show it. I know how important that is for law enforcement purposes, but I have rage in my soul when I see that individual. And I want to tell that person, and I hope someone does convey this to this person someday, somehow. Charlie had a light in him, a special light. And you might have thought you extinguished that light, but boy, did you not extinguish that light. You set a raging fire that is here to stay, and it is a fire that is going across the world when you took that young man's life. I just want to share quickly some texts I got, because I've already shared my personal history with Charlie. These are texts I got from people who didn't know Charlie. One mom said, back to school night last night, was shocked and upset. He promoted free speech. He listened respectfully to dissenters. A mom from across the nation sent another text. I would find clips. I'd show them to my 3 sons. They would almost debate Charlie back. I was teaching them to have civil discourse. A father, I did not realize what voice he had with my kids and young people. Jim Jordan called me last night. He said his grandchildren say he is the Rush Limbaugh of their generation. And Chip Roy this morning shared with me a Bible verse his son sent him. And I think this is just sums up Charlie and sums up this moment. 1 Corinthians 15:58. He said this, "Therefore, my dear brothers and sisters, stand firm. Let nothing move you. Always give yourself fully to the work of the Lord, because you know that your labor in the Lord is not in vain." Charlie's labor was not in vain, and you on the other side of the screen, you lit a raging fire.
Yeah.
A Christian believer.
No one deserves that,
an
man.
angel among us versus
Obviously,
the
I
devil.
don't live in America,
It is
so
a
I didn't know who he
spiritual
was
war right
until
now.
this happened.
Let's hear from Charlie
sad.
Kirk a little bit. Let's watch.
I go around universities and have challenging conversations, and because that's what is so important to our country, is to find our disagreements respectfully, because when people stop talking, that's when violence happens.
Yeah.
I've never seen someone do this.
Well, it's a growing trend because people like me are facing violence, assault, the left. Yes, the campus Antifa. I've been stormed out of restaurants. I've been assaulted publicly, multiple death threats.
Okay, so what's your goal in all this?
There's more people that agree with me than
Disagree.
some people would actually believe, and they come out of the woodwork when I do
Yeah.
stuff like this. We
Yeah.
record all of it so that we put on the internet so people can see these ideas collide. When people stop talking, that's when you get violence. That's when civil war happens, because you start to think the other side is so evil and they lose their humanity.
Such an incredible legacy that he himself said he wants to be remembered for his courage of faith. And that's all wrapped up with him unequivocally and at every opportunity advocating for peace and the civil discourse. 4 years ago, someone asked about if political violence was ever justified. And he said, it is incumbent upon us to exhaust all peaceful options. And there was a figure larger than life that represented so much, saying, I've got death threats. I've been assaulted in public.
Yeah.
It is heartbreaking that there was a success to one of those measures. That bullet did not just take Charlie Kirk's life. It pierced a movement. And I thought the same thing, Laura. I wondered, in this huge void, in this larger than life shoes to fill, who will step up? And then I realized, but Charlie's legacy is empowering these millions of Americans that have been empowered with, charged with, and inspired by the concept that civil discourse and engaging, thoughtful listening and simply robust debate is the way to move forward, because we are all Americans at one time. And what breaks my heart in this moment is the loss for this nation, the trajectory he was on, and also that he did everything right. He did everything right, which was to espouse the benefits of peaceful, robust discourse. He was doing it all right. Even his fiercest critics applauded him for doing that, and yet he paid the ultimate price for it.
Yeah. Sad.
Well, again, we need your help. The FBI is trying to identify the whereabouts of this person of interest. So please look at your screen right now. And again, we are putting this across all of our social platforms.
They will find him.
Even during the commercial,
they will find him.
Check it out.
Definitely.
Authorities say this guy is connected to the Charlie Kirk assassination. The FBI tip line now, 1-800-CALL-FBI. Tributes from both sides of the political aisle actually are coming in now for Charlie Kirk as we remember his impact across the globe.
To all the Gen Zers watching this convention on TikTok right now, I have a message just for you. We're going to choose success. We're going to choose to put the future of Americans first. We together are going to do the work to save America.
So obviously his views wasn't liked by many. That's why he mentioned he was receiving death threats. Obviously there were a lot of people that was trying to get him. Unfortunately, they did. Very sad. No one deserved to go like that because of their views and beliefs. And obviously, this guy was a leader. So, RIP to him. Condolences to the family, man. Hope they find that suspect and get justice for him. That's all I can see. Like I said, I didn't know him before this happened, because obviously I'm not in America. But like I said, no one deserves it, man. No one deserves that shit. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about this one though, and I'll catch you guys in the comment section, man. Peace.